Hi people, how's it going? Well, the Te Pati Maori leaders, Rauri Half-Witi Waititi and Debbie Packer, are defiant in the face of going before the Privileges Select Committee led by Judith Collins. What are they going to do about this if they are so defiant? They are laughing. They are laughing at us, laughing at all of New Zealand. These two terrorists, and they are terrorists, revolutionary terrorists, who've only got, well, Rauri, that much Maori in him, a fingernail, a Maori, and Debbie Packer has got zip Maori in her. They're just grifters, and they are making a fortune out of just simply calling everybody racist. I watched an interview by, I think it was Stuff News, yesterday, Debbie Packer and Half-Witi Waititi on the steps of Parliament, somewhere in Parliament, Wellington. And as usual, Stuff News, because it's a hard left legacy news outlet, it's shit, honestly, crap. But it's the biggest, go figure. But I showed it was on YouTube, and Stuff News don't have comment sections. They won't have a comment section on it because they know what people are going to be saying, and they are not interested in what the people of New Zealand want to say about these people and Te Pati Maori. They are not interested at all. It had something, the video, when I watched it yesterday, it had something like 6,500 views. And I think it was, the thumbs up and thumbs down underneath. It had something like 96 thumbs up. But it doesn't show the thumbs down. I reckon the thumbs down, if they showed it, would have been in the thousands. But they won't show it. So, for the people who aren't aware of what's happening, looks like they've got full support. And this is what the media are doing in New Zealand. It's completely biased and it's completely supportive of these revolutionary potential terrorists. Rauri Waititi and Debbie Packer. And the rest of them. All of them. Nearly all of them. Even them in the Greens Party, who have women with beards and men who declare they're not even men. They're women. One day, men the next, and somewhere in between the next day. I mean, I can't work it out. But these people in Parliament, it's a freak show. Absolutely. The Maori Party and the Greens Party are a freak show. The Greens Party have nothing to do with the environment. It's all about LGBTQ and the protection of paedophiles. That's been proven this last week or so. I mean, LGBTQ, whatever, it shouldn't start with L anymore, it should start with P for paedophile. So it should be P-LGBTQ. First word, paedophile. Because that's who they love. That's who they protect. And they attack the attackers. They attack people who criticise paedophiles. Strange old thing. This is where they're going. It's already gone off the news about this Benjamin Doyle, who was, well, you know the story about that. Already the news is not reporting anything on it. They want it to all go away, so he comes back into Parliament, this whatever he is. I can't keep up. Honestly, I just can't keep up. I don't want to keep up. Maybe I'm getting too old, and I don't want to be part of that kind of world. Most of us don't. But Judith Collins, she's in charge of a select committee. She's got a bit of a headache now, and I guarantee you nothing's going to come of this. Nothing's going to come of it at all. They'll be banned from Parliament for a couple of days, but they don't even turn up anyway. They are never there. They get paid a fortune, and they never even turn up. Anyway, they are disgusting individuals, the two of them. Despicable. And yet they have such power and privilege. Oh, and by the way, they say everyone else has got privilege apart from them. It's incredible. It really is. The vast majority of Kiwis, I would say 90% plus, I would say the word loathe them. but they're too scared to say it in polite conversation. They've got to say it behind closed doors to people they trust. And in New Zealand, there will be no protests against what they're doing. There will be none, because of the media. They can take photos, they can get you on film and lose you your job, destroy your life. If you're seen at an anti-Te Pāti Maori protest, anti-Maori extremist protest, if you're at a protest like that, the media could come after you and lose you your job, you lose everything, because that's the way it is here in New Zealand. It's so wrong, so biased. But anyway, we'll just have to see. But, you know, why do I do what I do? I get threatened all the time. And I do get threatened all the time. Well, quite often anyway. But I do what I do because I'm not living in my truth. I'm living in the truth. It is the truth. These people are ripping this country apart. I believe on orders from the United Nations and the WEF, because it's not just happening here. It's happening right across the Western world. Different races, different types of people are being used, but here in New Zealand, it's Maori who are being used to destroy this country. So, we'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. See what comes of it. The news will bury it, and they'll probably brand, I don't know, people like myself, Julian Batchelor, Wongeray Tim, Terry O'Pines, a few others. They'll brand us all as the usual far-right and white supremacists. And Te Pāti Maori will be victims again. No doubt they'll get threats and all that. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. That's what these people do, see. They use, well, it's just a trait. I'm afraid it's a trait and it's a truth. In Maoridom, they use threats and intimidation and bullying to get their way. And they get away with it because people make excuses for them. And it's a problem, a real problem. And it's costing this country dear. And Te Pāti Maori are radicalising young Maori, and I would say quite a large chunk of Maori in New Zealand now believe that the treaty was a partnership, and Maori are indigenous to New Zealand, and they are not. Neither is true. Maori are not indigenous to New Zealand. You came in the 13th century, and the treaty was not a partnership. Maori were desperate to sign the treaty in 1840 because they lived in a perpetual state of war, violence, slavery, genocide and cannibalism. If it wasn't for the British saving you from yourselves, you would have been extinct by now. And if it wasn't the British that came here, you were so lucky that the British came here. If it wasn't the British, it would have been the French. And if it was the French, there'd be no such thing as Maori today. They would have rubbed you out completely. And if you did survive, you certainly wouldn't have had a treaty. So, to Debbie Parker and Raweri Waititi and you Maori extremists out there, you should worship the British. You should worship, well, not so much the King of England, because I don't worship him myself. Not in the slightest. Actually, the opposite is true. But you should worship the British of old for saving you from yourselves. And just get on with it and live as equals instead of wanting preferential treatment all the time and screwing this country for billions, as you have been doing. What is it? Somewhere between 100 and 200 billion iwi up and down the country. They're the tribes for them outside New Zealand are worth between 1 and 200 billion. They don't even pay any tax. And yet, it's a white man's got the privilege. Yeah, right. Okay, that's my video. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe to this channel. Give me an uptick. And please, please, please share this video everywhere. Alright, see you later.